Guten Morgen, darlings. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen, darlings. Guten Morgen. Yesterday, I didn't even get to put a clip of my show on there. And I was like so serious, so the clip was gonna be serious, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, fuck. This is such a fucking serious show, you know? You know, darlings, it is. Critical race theory is serious for everybody. For everybody. For every culture. For every culture. So today is we're gonna look at this situation with Scott Adams and how it pertains to me in my life. So like I told y'all, these women that were at SIUE have been stalking me for like a long time, right? So I get to SIUE and I want to be a writer for the Illustrator. So I just kept trying to like submit a cartoon. I just kept trying to submit a cartoon. They just kept telling me it wasn't good enough. And then they choose somebody else and be like, okay, that person is good enough. Everything I did at SIUE, I would win all these contests. When these women were not able to be involved, they would try to take me out when I win. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, if it was something that was like pertaining to anything that was educational, that was really going to affect anything, they were trying to take me out of the game. So that's just me. Okay, so what it is now is they don't know what to do. All they know is what they heard me say in college, because some of this stuff is from college, especially like the stuff the Obamas did. Like, so the Wi-Fi internet, that was from elementary. And then they kind of stayed away from me like while I was at Cahokia, because nothing has really come up from Cahokia. I'm not joking. So Cahokia, I was protected. So then we get to college and I wanted to do I did want to do, what is this thing? Healthcare. You know, like where everybody has healthcare, right? So I wrote the paper, I did the research and all this different stuff. And I was like, how am I going to get this passed? You know? So that's how I know that at some point somebody crazy was just trying to take on what I wanted. Because it was like, all it was a question for me. How do I get people to see that we need universal health care here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it would be something great for everybody. So then I saw Obama took that too. So it was like, okay, that's fine, right? Because that's something that I wanted. Okay. So what's happening now is this person is now trying to go into my childhood life. And it's like, that is not something that's your business. So it was she said it was, they said that he was affected by this because it was badly worded. You know why? Because it was just information from my computer. So I posted a Dilbert comic and I thought it was funny. I finally got it, right? Since I was little, I've been reading Dilbert. Like, I've been reading Dilbert since I was a child, because like I said, I'm always like in the lifestyle pages. I would always try to get it and I couldn't. I get Kathy, but I couldn't get Dilbert for real. And so one of my son, I was like, oh my God, I get it. You know, I get it. And I posted something about it. So anyway, that is not a knock to Scott Adams. I even know when, what's this guy? When the Boondocks started showing up in the newspaper, it was what's his, Aaron Magruder or whatever. Like, I started liking that one too. I couldn't get that one all the time either. I would just like read and it just wasn't clicking to me, because sometimes, like I said, I'm not always a part of that Black culture. So I had a apartment manager named Scott, who was like really stalking me too. He started stalking me. They stole the building, and all of a sudden Scott just became my enemy. One day I got a water bill or something, and it was for something like some type of whatever they had to pay. So I gave it to the person downstairs because I'm always at work and she's always there. So he said, why would you give it to her? I called him and let him know, like, I gave it to her, so he didn't have to come into my apartment. He didn't have to do anything, right? So he said, why would you give it to her? He was pissed off about it. And it's like, I informed you that I gave it to her because I didn't know what it was for. I thought, well, maybe it would have been for her because I'm not paying any outside ass water bill for the building. No, you got to pay that shit. So I'm just looking at it, and for real, he was pissed off at me. And it's like, but I'm not always there. You see what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't it be better for you to pick it up from her? And the address was for her. Like, it wasn't my address for real. So it's like, why would you put that shit in my fucking box either? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would it be in my box? So that's when I was like, yeah, just give that to Scott. You know, when I explained it to him, he actually was pissed. And it's like, you have no reason to be pissed. So when I'm looking at this stuff, I know that there's some type of database out there with just stuff from my show. I know it has to be captions because the person doesn't get the jokes. The person doesn't get anything. I know they tried to steal all the stuff from off my computer. So when they were trying to steal the stuff off my computer, then that's what they got. Like, it's like, if you're trying to steal all the stuff from my social media, all you're going to see is like the back end of my social media. If you see anything like comments, anything like that, then that's what it is. So for me, I'm looking at, I should have did a share screen on this one on Facebook. But anyway, so when I'm looking at this, I'm just like, you can't share the screen in the middle of a Facebook video. So anyway, I'm going to play the Scott Adams video. And I'm just going to let you guys listen to it. So let's do a CRT on this one and see if he's really racist. And I'm not joking. Listen to it and see if he's really racist. Listen and see if this applies to what we think is. Let's first look up let's put racism on there. Let's put the definition. And I'm talking about they have done this to everybody. And it's like, you can't say it's not a such thing as racism. Racism is racism. It's a human thing. It's a human thing. It is a human thing. It is not something where we could just be like, oh, well, this is like this. You know, it's like, no, this is racism. If you stop this man's money, you are antagonizing him, first of all, because he doesn't even know what the fuck y'all talking about. And it's like, I'm gonna get in your business and I'm gonna make this like this, that, and the other. And it's like, this group of white women, it's just degrading. I'm not joking. First, it starts with black people, then it stems out to these old ass white people, and you just like, this shit is just, it's pitiful. And it's not the people, like, they have been killing people just so they can have, like, so they can get somewhere and say something. You see what I'm saying? Like, since they killed these people and they have, like, or they hack their stuff, they'll hack the person's stuff and then try to have the power to do whatever they doing. And it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like Linda, like I said, she says she's a Muslim, right? And it's like the stuff that she thinks about or the stuff that she wants to do, it's wrong. Oh, that's the background. Is that a background? No, I don't want the background to change. I need a color so I can put behind her. Somebody saying, like, right, in what world would a person have to be in her life like this? I'm talking about y'all. They were in my apartment putting something. They couldn't see inside my closet. That's what I'm thinking. That's how they got the stuff for what's it shows the what show I keep telling y'all they stole for with the reel. That's how they got the stuff for the reel. Okay, listen, because they had something inside my apartment. They were listening to me inside my apartment, me and my son. And they were breaking inside of my apartment and like laying in my bed and all types of stuff. So when I'm telling y'all this, I'm not telling you out of ignorance. Like, this is the shit that they did. And so it was like one day I had a dream that I owned the place and all this different stuff. And see, and that's it. It's like, that was God telling me, you gonna own this motherfucker, because I actually started thinking that I owned that building. I even started making plans about the building. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? So I'm pretty sure I own that whole building in Belleville, and probably even more than that, because they have been stalking me the entire time. prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is a minority or marginalized. And really, y'all, for real, it doesn't matter. Like you think that every time you put that in there, like you can't include white people, and you can, because let me tell you, he belongs to a community of comics. He's a person that has his own business. Like if we start looking at all those things, he wears glasses, he has a disability. I'm not fucking joking. I hit y'all with every fucking thing I could, because some of these bitches are actually white. I'm not joking. They are white people. And you just like they just look at the stuff and just make shit up. The person that is doing this is a schizophrenic woman. That's the woman that came and tried to put me in the hospital. Like, y'all, she tried to put me in a psych ward because I made a comment about her talking about Jamie Foxx for dating white women. And you just like, y'all have to stop. And guess who will jump on the bandwagon? Your boy, what's his name? Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar would say everything they say, and the bitch is actually schizophrenic. That's why I'm like, stop, man. Like, stop and think about this shit for real. If we don't even look at it from this definition, let's put the other definition on there too. The belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish as inferior or superior to one another. Also in high school, y'all, I used to go through this too. These kids in high school, they grow up with us, right? They have never been racist towards me. It is a group of people from the projects. Y'all, I'm talking about every fucking time. And see, that's what he got from my show. This is what I said on my show. It is a group of people from the projects, right? They will actually be more racist towards white people than anybody. When I got to Cahokia, I just felt like, what the fuck is going on? We be in class, they be in there, you smell like a dog. And you just be like, what the fuck going on with this shit up in this classroom? They don't say anything. The kids just be in there talking, all type of shit. This in middle school at work. I forgot what class that was. But you just be like, why would you sit in the classroom and say this shit? Where your fucking mama at? They just be in there, you smell just like a dog. And you just, y'all, one day I know I sit in there and I just sang Mariah Carey, Vision of Love. I'm not joking. And when she did that, I was like, okay. I mean, I'm talking about one day I just sat in there just singing. Because you can't believe the shit that come out of people's mouth. And if that's not racism, what the fuck is it? I'm not playing. If it's not racism, what is it? Because if they are a minority in the classroom, a minority at school, why the fuck would we be in there acting like that? Oh, and I'm not even gonna say we. I'm gonna say, why would they be in there acting like that? Because that's not something that I do. You understand what I'm saying? It's like y'all don't have, and that's what it was when Brandon came back, which is a white dude. He came back and tried to give all this shit to the women in the projects. And you just like, dude. And I'm thinking it's because Candy's name was on that letter. That's how I know somebody that he was probably the one that shot at her. You see what I'm saying? But then you go and talk to his bitch ass. That mother, he a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? He'll get a black man put in jail at any fucking time. And you just be like, this motherfucker, I'm for real. He'll come to you like he really on some good shit. That motherfucker get your ass locked the fuck up. I'm not fucking playing. And that's what he did. He went and gave that shit to them people in them fucking projects. And now they don't know how to act, talk to people. Now they better than everybody. Y'all ain't shit. Ain't never been shit. All this shit, y'all, from my fucking computer. You see what I'm saying? They trying to make something off my fucking research. And all they do is do the shit word for word for word for word. So every person they attack, the person is a crazy person. Like she is actually a schizophrenic. Not a joke. So let's look at it. Let's re-look at it. And first, let's look at the paper I'm talking about. Okay, there we go. So it's added to the stream. I'm sorry, y'all not gonna see his face. Y'all just gonna hear the words. But let's look at this first, and then I'll take the belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, and that's what it is. They'll always try to act like these people in the class are inferior to them, and it's like y'all don't even know how to read. You understand what I'm saying? They don't know how to fucking read, but you got the nerve to fucking talk about people talking about they smell like dog. Y'all don't even smell the goddamn, y'all don't read the shampoo bottle. You understand what I'm saying? Like you not on anybody's level. When I'm talking about y'all, I promise you, these people in this class are not racist. And just y'all can't keep, well, they white. It's like, yeah, and what I'm saying? I've been to their houses, their parents take care of me, pick me up, invite me over, all type of shit. Ain't no kissing ass, ain't no
I do though.
Trying to get
new to being black.
Else. Yes. I don't know what to tell you, but I have never experienced the type of racism y'all talking about. You see what I'm saying? Until I met these fucking people in Missouri. So let's talk.
Nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll. Not according to me. According to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say.
And that is the group I was talking about from the fucking projects, from the Greystones, from the Centerville fucking projects. This is the shit that they do. And they are a hate group. When I tell y'all about the girl in the bathroom, I'm about to start crying. This girl was in the bathroom, y'all, changing her tampon. She was changing her fucking tampon. This girl went into the bathroom and looked between the stall. In between the stall, that's some nasty shit. And watch this girl pull her tampon out and put another one in there. When the girl came outside in the hallway, this is in middle school. She just out there. Her name was Ebony. She was out there in the hallway. Oh, you put your fingers in your vagina. Oh, look at you. You put your finger. And every time she fights, she want to fight you with a lock. She don't never just hand fight you. You see what I'm saying? She always want a weapon. And she just, oh, you put your fingers in your vagina. Oh, they'll come and fight the girls because they black. Let me tell y'all something else. When the Louisiana people came down from Louisiana, that girl got her ass whooped because she was picking on a white girl. This is the shit that I actually said in my fucking show. And yes, you are a hate group. It's not a joke. Fraternities and sororities are hate groups too. Stop playing. If you set out to make me poor when you saw how good I was in college, or because I had friends, or because this man was my friend, then you a fucking, you see what I'm saying? You a fucking hate group. You a hate group.
Based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the fuck away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon.
So he is saying, I'm just quoting somebody. This is what somebody else was telling me to do. Go ahead and go to an all-white neighborhood. So then, therefore, you can feel this certain type of way. Let me tell y'all, Brandon Clark will dress up. When he was thinking that we were talking about cloning in our house because he heard that movie from Winona Ryder when they were like, Winona is a clone, and they were using the clones to make body parts for other people. That's what happened. So what they did was, it's like they made it into a movie. It is so scary. It is very scary because they are real people too. You see, whether they're a clone or not, they still people. And so it's like this person is actually taking them and keeping them separate from everybody else and harvesting their body parts. Y'all, I'm not joking. And so when you see it, when Brandon is going into all these other characters, this motherfucker is really cracking the fuck up. That's how he became a serial killer. So now I'm looking at this. That's why I'm like, where the fuck is my son? Because he'll have you in the car. He'll have me in the car saying something stupid. He'll try to do the shit that I'm saying in the car. If you forcing me to say the shit that I'm saying in the car, how the fuck is it that it's me that's saying it? So this is what I'm saying. It's like when he's saying, okay, well, this Don Lemon telling me this. You know what it could have been? Brandon dressed up like he trying to be a fucking expert. They don't know shit. The shit they say, every time they get on the fucking phone, it's unprofessional. Every time I call the FBI, I already know her story. And then I hang up the phone. How the fuck you, what the fuck? No, the fuck you don't, because then the FBI would have came and talked to me about what the fuck was going on. If I'm here in a shelter and the FBI knows my story, why the FBI ain't came to me and said nothing? This shit is against the law. If the police already know my story, why the police ain't came and took me out of this situation? Why the police ain't got the stalkers away from me? Why Instagram haven't contacted me? YouTube, Google, nobody contacted me about shit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? How the fuck they know my story? I'm a hostage, motherfucker. And he'll be sitting there like he a fucking expert. Y'all see what I'm saying? And his uncle first let him kill his cousin, and he got away with it. You see what I'm saying? So his uncle could be in this bullshit too.
When he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there.
For me, it's not based on white or black, because the white women do the same thing the black women do. Y'all get together and mob people. When they had their little Tupperware parties and all that shit, all that is the beginning of a mob. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it was etiquette to tea. You only have tea and talk dirt and gossip when it's your friend. You don't need to sit there at tea and talk all that shit with a group. You see what I'm saying? They used to do that shit. That's why they get together, so they can start trying to come up against people. Keep listening.
There. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America, because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like, I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes.
And that is something I witnessed down at the other place too. Every time, that's the only fucking thing y'all ever say is racist. You will hold a person hostage. You will not give them what they need. Somebody come help them in there in the lab. The first thing you have to say is that they are racist. They don't care about you. They doing something to you. They doing this. Some people, y'all, they will help, and they barely making it they goddamn self. If a person is helpful, this is based on personality. If a person is going to help, they're going to help. If they're going to swindle, they're going to swindle. And down at the shelter, it's like, if you really want to see what's going on, go to East St. Louis shelter. You don't care. It don't matter what color the addict is. The addict is the addict. And so for him to say that, it's just that's the color that he saw that was talking about him. You see what I'm saying? Those are the people that put him down. If this was some shit where I had to help the people in the Centerville projects, I'd leave their ass there for real. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing. I'll leave you there. If I had to help the addicts down at the shelter, I'll leave their ass there. I don't give a fuck what color they are, because I didn't see the shit they do. So it's like I feel the same fucking way. I'm not a racist.
Makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying. And there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you? But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can. That's my recommendation. And I'm also really sick of seeing video after video of black Americans beating up non-black citizens. I realize it's anecdotal, and it doesn't give me a full picture of what's happening.
There were no videos of that happening, but this is what happened when I was in middle school and high school. These students would actually attack white people for nothing. And it also happened when I was teaching in Texas, when Louisiana people came there. They would be there and they would try to attack white people for nothing. When that one girl got her ass whooped, she expected me. I called the security guard. She expected me to take her side. No. That girl came in that classroom. Y'all, I was a sub in that classroom for 2 days. Every time the girl come in the classroom, the girl would be minding her business. Minding her fucking, this the white girl, okay? This the black girl. She just be over there, bitch, just, I hate that bitch. I can't stand that hoe. That bitch, I can't stand it. She's straight up from Louisiana. This girl sat there and she was like, I'm tired of this. And she said it happened every fucking day. This girl got up. You could tell she was a dancer or something. She pirouetted her ass on top of them desks and beat the shit out of her. I called security. I'm not about to get in the middle of no fucking fight. If you ever work retail, they tell you let them go. Let that shit go, because you can't. If you get hurt, They gonna sue you. They not gonna sue the person. You understand what I'm saying? Because they gonna say, well, why would you do that? You can't be a hero in this situation. You have to live your life. That's self-preservation. I called security. It took them 5 or 10 minutes to get there. So that girl got a 5 or 10 minute ass whooping. And I'm telling you, she deserved that shit too. I'm not fucking playing.
Happening. But every damn day I look on social media and there's some black person beating the shit out of some white person. I'm kind of over it. I'm over it.
Me too.
Right? So I quit. You know, nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me.
And that is it. And I'm telling you, if they are getting this information from the people in the Greystone ass projects, because that seems like those are the people that Brandon Clark, a white man, gave that to, because he want to be cool, he want to be down. And that's how this shit start happening. You see what I'm saying? How it spiraled out of control? Because they don't have no sense in the first fucking place. And if they all drug addicts, then how the fuck do you think this gonna work out? He still got bitches down here stalking me. Now, you done stole the shit in 2010, 2009, 2010. 2010, right? This 2023. This like 13 years, these bitches still trying to stalk me and beat me. I guess it was something that was set up for me to do. He let the project chicks do it. He let Ebony go there and do it. You see what I'm saying? Every time you see something, it's just some ghetto-ass picture where they turn shit up. He didn't let Alonzo go to Mexico. My boyfriend was Guatemalan. You see what I'm saying? I was trying to teach in Mexico. So he would steal from me and try to give it to them. I'm not rich. So what the fuck you taking from me for? And so it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker where he feel like he got to take everything I am and give it to some bitches in the projects? I'm talking about, and the hoes don't even like me, y'all. They hate me to death. As far as they concerned, I'm white just like everybody else is. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like he can't understand that shit for nothing. And now he done fucked up. He's still walking around like that's the shit. That's not the shit. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's not the shit. And so that is what is pissing me off, is the fact that this motherfucker has now fucked up our entire, like every fucking city is fucked up because of him. Starting with Darius Miles' career. I'm talking about they straight up give him some guns and he can do this like he T.I. No, y'all, if you want to hear this again without me talking this on the Real Earthquake, and it's on, what is this, Instagram, the Real Earthquake on Instagram. And so I just was like, I can't believe this shit. So now let's look at it. Is this racism? So now, the 6-step scientific method. First, ask the question, is Scott Adams racist? Research. Conduct your research. Keep track. Well, listening to Scott Adams, he has been helping the Black community. And what happened is that something was worded wrong within the survey that they were taking. And so when it was worded wrong, it was said that Scott Adams seemed to be racist because Black people did not support him. I'm sorry, I support Dilbert. I've been reading lifestyle my whole fucking life. Any person that work in an office will support Dilbert. It's not a joke. I didn't even know that was the man that did it. I would also support the Boondocks. Proposed hypothesis. This is an educated question about what you expect to happen. I expect to find out with research that Scott Adams is not racist and is in support of Black people, or he has in the past supported Black people. What he's saying is what they are stating is not true. Experiment, read the data, go ahead and do the research, data and analysis, and that's it. The conclusion is Scott Adams is not racist. Somebody actually is using someone else's data or somebody else's search information or their computer history to create stories that are not true. You understand what I'm saying? And that is all that's happening. They got the information from my computer and then started sharing it like the shit was gonna be true. And that's not the truth. I don't see that. But I'm telling you, if they are from the Centerville fucking projects, that's what they gonna say every fucking time. Because they themselves are fucking racist. It's not a joke. And I mean, they will fight people, they will try to, you see what I'm saying? It's always something, and it's like that shit is true. It's not a such thing as reverse racism. There is racism. It does not matter what color you are. You can be a fucking racist. I mean, for real. I'm a Black Jewish woman. Native American, Black Jewish Native American woman. I am being hunted down by fraternities and sororities for telling a motherfucker no. For telling him no, I don't want to have sex with him. For being a better person than all the other people are. For standing up for who I am. I'm talking about that they'll sit there in your face and say Black Lives Matter, and they don't, because they kill each other every day for fucking nothing. The shit is true. You a fucking racist. Y'all some racist motherfuckers. So stop fucking lying. That man ain't did nothing to y'all. Anyway, that's it. It's Shantae Brown Sugar Talk with another idea for CRT. That's what's going on in my fucking neighborhood. Blake, I thank you and I love you. And guys, have a great day.